mm, 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 mm. Grind, 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 manhood, Say you wanna ride foreign, better grind. Then you broke, you got money on your mind, better grind. Then when you grinding, then you put some diamonds on your necklace. When you grinding, say you wanna ride foreign, better grind. Then you broke, you got money on your mind, better grinding. Fake it when you grinding, then you put some diamonds on your necklace. When you grinding. Good day, neighbors, community. I'm happy to be here. I'm glad, I'm happy, I'm very ecstatic. A little nervous, but you know what I mean, that ain't gonna stop a brother from taking care of the task. I appreciate y'all joining me here today. Today marks the first day of my episode, Manhood Monday. Manhood Monday. Man, I just plan on connecting with y'all every week, you know, giving some food for thought, you know what I mean, from my perspective, you know what I mean, you like it, you love it, it apply, it don't, you know what I mean, that's cool, you know what I mean, join in, tap in, you know what I mean, engage with a brother, you know what I mean, give me some feedback, you know, I'm just a brother out here just trying to make a way, just trying to use this big old brain of mine and grind in, you know what I mean. So without further ado, like I said, let me give you a little bit about myself. I'm Manhood, you know what I mean. I thought about this episode, man, you know what I mean. I thought about coming out with some content, you know, that could be of substance to the people, you know what I mean. Like, you know, what can I bring to the table, you know what I mean. I've been plotting and planning with this thing for a long time, if you only know, you know what I mean. Been plotting and planning with this thing for a long time. So, like I say, today, July 11, 2022, I'm very ecstatic to be here. It's been a long time coming. They've been waiting, and I've been pacing, you know what I mean? So this is how I'm coming, you know what I mean? I got other endeavors I plan on introducing to y'all, you know what I mean? Like I say, man, I'm just giving my insight, my putting my 2 cents in, you know what I mean? And I encourage the next man to do what they do. So right here on Manhood Monday, we just gonna be, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna be sharing, you know what I mean, some food for thought, you know what I mean? Word of the day, you know what I mean? Thought of the day, and I'm just gonna be elaborating on it, you know what I mean, from my standpoint, you know what I mean? And if you relate and it apply, you know what I mean, grab hold to it, gravitate towards it, you know what I mean? And use it, you know what I mean? Use it as strength, use it as motivation, use it as fuel, whatever it may be to you, you know what I mean? If you don't like it, you know what I mean? Hey, that's cool too. I respect. You know what I mean? Everybody's not made the same, you know what I mean? There's always difference of opinion. I respect thee, respect me, you know what I mean? And it's all good. So, right here, my first episode, word of the day, grind, manhood. Hey, word of the day, product. See, what I plan to introduce is transparency. You know what I mean? I've been waiting to, you know what I mean, show my true colors and be a voice to somebody, to the voiceless, you know what I mean? So this is how I'm coming. And word of the day is product. Product. What's product? Product is a commerce, it's merchandise, it's something that we trade for goods. Well, at one point in time in my life, I used product for wrong, you know what I mean? I used product for wrong. I was out here, you know, getting my little bit of coins by ill-gotten gains, you know what I mean? And by those gains, that product wasn't that wasn't a strong product because it had too many liabilities, you know what I mean? I used that product to get ahead for years. I used that product to get ahead for years, thinking I'm which I was a businessman, you know what I mean? But I believe that I had the right idea but the wrong product in mind. So now, today, I'm changing the way I look at the product, you know what I mean? I want the kind of product that they put that sale 7 and 8% tax on, you know what I mean? I want the kind of product that doesn't come with detriment, that doesn't come with pain, that doesn't come with hurt, that doesn't land you in prison or in a graveyard. That's the kind of product I want. I want the kind of product today that is organic, that comes from the mind. You know what I mean? Only from the higher power. You know what I mean? It's a gift. You know what I mean? Whatever they may be. If you baking pies, you know what I mean? That's your product. If you cutting grass, that's your product. You selling clothes, that's your product. You promoting parties, that's your product. And on the flip side, if you on the dark side doing it, that's your product. I'm just trying to change the dynamic of in the course of my life and the products that I use thus far that I thought was getting me ahead. It's been a struggle because the product, the change in the merchandise, which was my product, gave me a little hiatus because I was entering a game I was unfamiliar with. You know what I mean? I was entering a game I was unfamiliar with, and just like any other thing you get into and you don't know the ins and outs, you get your bumps and bruises. But today, I'm using product that doesn't bring me problems versus the way I did things previous in my past. That kind of product brought me problems. I don't want that kind of product no more. So, hey, to each his own. I'm just, like I said, I'm just here sharing me. I'm just getting you insight on where I'm at and where I'm trying to go. You know what I mean? So that's how I relate product with the way in my past and where I'm going in my future. The thought of the day. It took me a while to think about this one right here. You know what I mean? Cause I try to challenge myself and give myself. So this one came to me off a long day. Say, feed a cold, starve a fever. Many of y'all done heard that before. Old folk parable, you know what I mean, tale or whatever. Feed a cold, starve a fever. What does that mean? It could mean many things. It means get rid of that flu, get rid of that whatever. You know what I mean? But how I relate that to my life is feed a cold, starve a fever. I'm not looking at so much as the cause that I'm not looking so much as the cause of the illness and the cure thereof, a cold and a fever. But I want to switch your mindset for a second and just give you those two different methods of coming up with a cure. Feed a cold, starve a fever. In my mind, those two different methods are coming about the same goal of curing a cause. Curing a cause. So again, interchangeably, how that works with the word of the day for me is feed a cold, starve a fever. Not, like I say, not necessarily the cold and the fever, but just the two different methods you come about to achieve a cure. That's what I strive with every day. Two different methods. You know what I mean? I got an angel on one side shoulder and I got a devil on the other. You know what I mean? And ultimately the decision is mine, whichever way I choose to go in life. But it's more than one method. It's more than one method to the madness. You know what I mean? Those one of them I'm not even considering. You know what I mean? That'll take me back to the past, that'll put me in harm's way. So it's more than one way to skin a cat. Basically what I'm trying to do now, like I just told you, entering into this new field of business, man, I'm having my pitfalls and things don't come as fluent or as consistent as they once was, because I'm still learning, I'm still growing. You know what I mean? But I haven't gave up, and I know that if I keep going, I'm gonna find that cure. I'm gonna find that cure. I'm gonna find that method. I'm gonna find that proven method. I'm gonna find me a system that actually works in this realm right here. You know what I mean? That's why this is such an amazing day. So feed a cold, starve a fever, man. Basically saying, man, it's more than one way to get things done. You know what I mean? And if one thing ain't working, you know what I mean, you keep trying. They say Edison tried the light bulb maybe 1,000 times before he created that electricity or whatever, however that go. You know what I mean? You can't give up. You can't give up. When you jumped off the porch and you jumped into the road and you had your first little situation with your product or whatever, nah, you ain't go in the house. You know what I mean? You ain't tuck your tail. You ain't give up. Here it is, 5, 10, 15 years now down the line, now you a vet in the game. Same thing with anything else that you use. We use that for bad. I'm using that and applying that method to good now. I'm going through my bumps in the road. I'm jumped off the porch into the business world. Yeah, I ain't took my losses. I ain't took my pitfalls, but yet still, here it is. I'm gonna keep going the same way I did for wrong, the same way I'm gonna do it for right. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna just stick with it. You know what I mean? It's more it's just more than one method to getting things done to come about a cure. You know what I mean? However that may be for you. You know what I mean? Never give up on yourself. You know what I mean? Take it from somebody who know. You know what I mean? That go through it every day. You know what I mean? Dealing with my dreams, my visions, my ideas. You know what I mean? You can't give up. You know what I mean? You can't give up. You know, you might get stagnant, life may happen, but you can't give up. You feed a cold, starve a fever. If one thing don't work, you go to you try something else. But it's a cure for it. All I'm saying right there is it's a cure for it. You know what I mean? If you got into the business world and you had a bad year or you didn't succeed the way you want to, don't give up. You know what I mean? Why? You know what I mean? That just means you starting over. If you give up, you just starting over, or you never even come back to it. So many people give up. They get into this and they get into that, and it don't work how they want to work, and they give up on it. You know what I mean? But yet still, you got something that you applying a lot of your time and your energy to that don't amount to a hill of beans to what you really wanted. But yet still, you push it to the side. Don't give up. You know what I mean? Find that. Keep working it out. Keep messing around them pieces of the puzzle, and you know what I mean. And bring it together. So without further ado, my cameraman got to use the bathroom. Uncle Roscoe, y'all gonna meet him in a second. Give me a second, but I appreciate y'all being patient with me, allowing me to sit here and run my mouth. You know, y'all tune in, man. You know what I mean? Like I say, let's feed off each other. Let's see what's on your mind. See what's on your grind. Hustling for food, baby. That's what we out here for. Peace.